Hey, GBT fam, we want to start off by extending our condolences to all of the families and people that have been affected by the government shutdown and all of the crazy changes happening in the economy today.
We would like to encourage you to donate monetarily or voluntarily.
Please make sure that you reach out to any of your local food banks. And if you're in the Atlanta area, go to acfb.org to give your time, volunteer, or give your funds monetarily. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Welcome back to another episode of The Good,
The Bad,
And the 30.
I am Kiera Lindsay.
I'm Alexis IG.
I'm Maya Hood.
And today, this topic is really brought to you by Maya because she gave me a really great idea to talk about things that I genuinely love, that I feel like has shaped the way that I romanticize my life, which is women-led shows and romantic novels. So thank you, Maya.
Of course, I know my girl.
So in this episode, we are going to unpack how women-led shows like Insecure, Being Mary Jane, Harlem, Sex and the City has shaped the way of women in our 30s, I think. So let's talk about it. What shows do you guys, like out of the shows that I named, what shows have you guys seen or watched before we like get into the weeds?
I watched Insecure.
Okay.
Of course, Girlfriends. I fell off with Mary Jane. I didn't finish it.
Okay.
But I did watch, I will say, probably like 3 seasons in.
Okay.
And then what other one did you?
Sex and the City and Harlem.
I watched Sex and the City when I turned 21 or 22. So I felt like that was the perfect time. Like, let me see what these hoes talking.
Period. I know that's
Come
right.
on, ho.
Thank you. Thank you. Go. Sorry, guys. It's the rocks. It's the rocks. Sorry, it's the rocks.
I have watched Girlfriends. I ain't gonna lie. I haven't watched Sex and the City in a long time. But because of the theme of my birthday, I do want to just rewatch it just for the fuck of it.
Yeah.
But
I think you should.
I love Girlfriends down, baby. I still watch it. Like,
Yeah.
when I pick a show to watch before I go to bed,
It's Girlfriends.
is on my
That's
list.
funny, yeah.
Because it's on what you call it now. So like I will watch
I heard
it.
that's a lot of people's comfort show.
Oh,
It
it's a comfort
is.
show.
Yeah.
Like,
But
I
Insecure
is.
is too. Like they
love
be like, I just put
Insecure.
it on.
And I watched Mary Jane. I don't think I finished Insecure or Mary Jane.
Really?
But
Okay.
I do love
Finish
both of.
Insecure.
I know, but I do love both of those shows.
Yeah.
I just kind of fell off, and then it just kind of like went away. But
Yeah. So I'm really big on romanticizing my life. And I think that that's something that we've talked about multiple times. And whether that looks like me just pouring into myself with the nice pajamas that I wear, whether it's me sitting around just wearing those pajamas with a glass of wine, watching a cute little movie, hanging out with my girlfriends. But I genuinely can say that that energy came to me just from watching these shows because I feel like they do a really good job of portraying women in their 30s or like in their young 20, because in Insecure she was like 28, 29.
Yeah.
So
Like
I feel
the
like they
late-
do so I feel like they do a really good job at portraying women in that early 30s age of how they navigate life, how they navigate just themselves, relationships. And I want to ask you guys, has these types of shows impact your lives or like the things that you do on a day-to-day at all?
I will say for me, watching them because they are older shows,
Yeah.
it did make me excited for this stage in my life.
Yeah, same.
I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Yeah.
it was just, I don't know, it just gave. Like, even when they went through like trials and tribulations and stuff, just like, I don't know, just the essence of how mature and just the situations they went through, it made me excited to grow up. I will say that. Like, not I was rushing, but it was just like, I don't know, I just love the vibe of like, I don't know, it was just like different. And I just was like, it didn't make me scared to get older. Like,
It made you excited.
yeah, it made me excited. Like, some people were like, oh my God, I'm about to turn 30 today. But like those type of shows, it makes me feel like, oh my gosh, like they were still living at these ages. Like, and it just was a different type of living.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say that's how it kind of affected me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like when I initially watched these shows, I thought that they were much older than they were.
I
Like,
did too.
And then
I
I
get
get
it.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
damn.
interesting, but if I were to like compare the differences, I feel like with Mary Jane, and again, I didn't finish it,
Yeah.
but I feel like with her particular series, the things that she was experiencing, it seemed like she was in a rush.
Mhm.
So I automatically, and I can't remember how old she was, I automatically assumed that she was older.
Yeah.
Versus, I think that Insecure, Issa
Yeah.
particularly gave me more comfort
Yeah.
because she was making mistakes
Mhm.
at this age that lets you
Mhm.
know that, like, okay, whenever you get to where you want to be, like, it's okay, like things
Yeah.
will line up. And even with Girlfriends a little bit, I feel like they had all the different tropes. Like
Yeah.
everybody was going through different things, and like even Joan, she was the like most successful one, but she
Mhm.
was still younger and still trying to like find her relationship match.
Yeah.
Like just all of those different things. But they were around this age,
Mhm.
so it's definitely interesting now to be at this age and be like, okay, you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
I
we're
get it.
girlfriends.
I get
Yeah,
it.
we're
Yeah.
girlfriends.
We're-
right?
And saying girlfriends, like I know you say that a
I
lot.
say it
like,
all
that's
the
my
time,
girlfriend.
yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
you know, like that's not something we used to say when we were younger.
Yeah.
But now it's like, yeah, it's my girlfriend.
Yeah. But our parents used to say
our
that.
parents used to say
That's
that.
the
I feel like
That's
it's
how they
coming back.
didn't
why-
say
yeah.
friend. They said this is my good
Girlfriend,
girlfriend.
yeah.
Like, it's my
Girlfriend.
That's where I got it from. And I think
My
that,
mom
like,
used to say
as
that.
I've gotten older, like, I not necessarily want to be like my mom, but I've taken on different things that I've realized that my mom
saw
has
your mom
done.
do.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, whoa, what's going on? But
Yeah.
like now being at the age, I'm like, oh, that's cute.
Yeah.
Like, this is my girlfriend.
Yeah.
I love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
I agree.
So now that we have kind of acknowledged that we're at the age that each of these shows are at, do you feel like they are mirroring the experiences that we're having right now? Like, I know that you mentioned for Insecure and how Issa was kind of not necessarily struggling to get to where she wanted to be, but she had a different path, you know, and she was constant with like trying to get to her path.
Yeah.
And it could be something different from Mary Jane and how she automatically started the show and she was already in
Very
a position
career
that she was
driven.
very career driven,
Yeah.
for real. And also Joan from
Yeah.
Girlfriends.
Yeah.
And we can also say the same thing in Harlem. Like in Harlem, Camille, she was constantly just trying to make sure that she was in her educational like realm, like trying to make sure that she was doing what she needed to do. So
Yeah.
can we say that the way that they portray these women in these shows, have they set the experience up exactly? Like, is that what we expected?
I feel like for me, it may not be my life particularly.
Yeah.
Particularly.
Perfect.
I can't say that word.
Mhm.
But I feel like I have friends that have been in certain situations
Yeah.
of these people on the show and things like that. I will say, if I think of anybody who is more similar, I guess, in some type of way that I could relate to,
Yeah.
would be Joan.
Yeah.
I feel like I love that Joan had all these different types of friends and she accepted them for wherever, what the fuck they was at that time of life. Like, Lynn was completely all the way to the left. And when I think of Lynn, I think of Lauren.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm real big. I was just telling my hairstylist the other day, like, accepting my friends for who they are. Like, I don't care. We don't have to be the same, but like you living in your truth, like, and who you are, like, if you're wild and I may be more reserved, or if I'm wild and you're more reserved, like, I accept you for being you and you being true to you. And I feel like Joan, she just did a really good job at that. Like, she had all of them were completely different. And I feel like if I could think of any of them, I don't think I watched Harlem, but the other ones, if I thought about it, like, I definitely could relate with Joan
Yeah.
the most, and Issa to an extent. But I do feel like it may not be me, but I have seen my friends go through similar situations that some of these people in these sitcoms have gone through.
Yeah.
I appreciate you saying that because I have grown to acknowledge, like, it's not my story, but it's somebody's story.
Yeah, for sure.
With Harlem, with this last season, I remember talking to my friend, like, you know, I hate how some of the dramas, like, they depict certain things, and even with Insecure as well. I will never forgive Condola. With Camille, even though it ended up with her getting the guy, it was like, this man, he don't want this baby.
Yeah.
Y'all not together.
Yeah.
I don't like to see these stories told, but these are
reality.
These are reality stories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there are women who are, and this is we gonna dive deep. There are women in their 30s, in their mid 30s that are like, look, if I get pregnant, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have this baby.
Yeah.
And I don't really care what you say.
Yeah.
And I don't like to necessarily see it expressed in art, but because I know that it's a reality,
Yeah.
I appreciate it. I have to accept it, and I have to promote it because it's going to reach somebody in some way.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, with TV shows like, again, with Harlem, it was like, okay, they ended up being back together. That does not always end up happening.
Yeah.
But again, the storytelling of it all, it is somebody seeing themselves and finding out how to, because life is all about, hell, I did it, and what? And I'm going to stand on it.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think that I appreciate when there's different stories being told, even if I can't see myself in it.
Yeah. No, that's a really good point. You mentioned about how in Harlem, how for a love story they ended up back together, and 9 times out of 10 they won't happen, you know. And I want to get into like the romance of it all, because like in all of these episodes and all of these shows that I've named, like a big part of the story was them dating and just having relationships with men. And I am a big romance novel lover. Okay, I love Black romance novels. And it's come to the point to where I'm slightly delusional about it, to where I'm like, okay, when I meet my man, it's gonna be shit type of theatrics.
She's writing her own romance novel at
like
this point.
I come up with scenarios in my head of ways that I would love to meet my man, and it has that theatrics. It has that theatrics. It has that theatrics, whether it's from a show or whether it's from a book. Like from I have a couple of them here. So one of the books that I'm reading right now is called The Neighborhood Favor, and
I have that on my list.
The Neighbor Favor. Yes. And I don't want to tell the entire story, but I'm just gonna say how they met. And so she loves this series of books.
She need a little sugar.
She loves this series of books. No, it's not even like that. So she loves these series of books, and she emails a guy that's like the author of the books that she loves. So she emails him, let him know like some things that she feels like he needs to critique, because she's also like an editor for a publication. And she's telling him like some things that he needs to critique in his books or whatever. And they start to email for like a whole year, and they get to know each other outside of just talking about the books. At the end of like that year, he tells her, oh, I'm not who you think I am. He's basically saying that I'm a catfish. And I don't want to talk to you. Like, we need to not go any further. But he's doing that out of his own insecurities, when he's actually the person that she's really been talking to. Like, he's actually the author. Turns out a year after they stop talking, they move into the same apartment building. And they're neighbors, and they're neighbors, they run into each other, they start dating each other. He realizes who she is and tells her, and it blows up. But I'm pretty sure they're going to end up together. And it's going to be something.
Right now?
Yes, I'm currently reading. I don't know the end of it, but I'm pretty sure they're going to end up together.
Oh, that sounds good.
I literally have that in my cart.
It's really good.
Like, they're on the cover. It may be a different cover, but it's like a staircase of like them outside the apartment.
And then also another romance, like how one of the characters met their guy Carrie in Sex and the City. She, in the very first episode of Sex and the City, she wanted to have sex like a man. And she went and had sex like a man, and she's walking on the street and she runs into Big, and her purse falls over. There's condoms all over the floor, on the ground, and they picking up the condoms together. And then after that, their story just goes on from there. Another book that I read, another girl, her name is Aaliyah, in Curvy Girl Summer. This is a great book. She is on Hinge, a dating app, and she goes to a bar just to meet a guy, but she ends up meeting the bartender who owns the bar, and she's telling the bartender, oh, I'm coming here to meet a guy, and she's like letting him know this is my first time meeting a guy, and he comes in and they have a good time, and then he leaves, but the bartender is telling her, hey, come here for all of your hinge dates, anybody that you want to meet. But her and the bartender end up falling in love. Like, there's so many novelistic ways fictional ways that you can meet a guy, and I think of them in my head. And the way that I just explained all of those, it plays on my delusion of that. So I want to ask, with the way that all of this is portrayed in these shows, do you feel like they're playing on our chaos, or do you feel like it's something that could possibly happen?
I feel like it's definitely something that could possibly happen.
Yeah, right? Like, it's kind of realistic.
I feel like I am like slightly delusional in a hopeless romance.
Yeah.
Where I feel like certain things that may seem off the wall, it could happen in real life. And I keep hope alive. You know? I think it's definitely possible.
All right. I've been called a lover girl once or time in my life, but and my grandma is like, my grandma an Aquarius, she delusional too, but it's okay. But she like, yeah, out of all thousands of those people, like, y'all spot each other. That's something. And I said, you know what, grandma, it is. You know, whatever.
Aww.
But I'm saying all of that to say that, yes, things happen.
Yeah.
Things, for sure. You know?
I love stories like that. Like,
I want a story. That's all it is.
And I've lived a couple stories that's like been very beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, they didn't work out in the end, but however,
it be like that.
I appreciate the beginning and the naturalness.
It's still romance and it's still a moment.
Yes.
You know.
You know, and I am a big hopeless romantic. Like but with my new transition in life, I do want to build. I'm real big on now building a friendship with a guy, because once y'all locked in like besties, sometimes it's really hard to, like, you know, I mean, but sometimes it can be good and bad. Like, Joan tried to fuck with her bestie.
Yes, she did. She
tried to fuck with her bestie. It's not always the right route.
She did.
And he fucked with other women. They tried to date each other. It didn't work out. Things like that. And I mean, what was his name again?
William?
Yes.
William. He was a little film. Let me stop. Okay, but anyway, she attempted, but I do appreciate, like, Joan was a hopeless romantic. Like,
she was. All she wanted to do was love.
She wanted to be loved. And that's why I feel like that's me. Like, some stuff, no, it's not me. I'm not Joan. But some stuff, I'm like, bruh, like, I definitely get her. Like, you know, she just wanted love at the end of the day. I need to figure out what her fake sign is.
Yeah.
Fake sign.
Or what her girlfriend's birthday is.
I'm going to think about it, yeah.
No, that's
I
really,
bought
really
hair
good.
products pattern, by the way.
Period.
My hair. Shout out to Tracy Ellis Ross.
Come on here.
Period. I love her. And
I love her.
I literally love her.
Yeah,
the fact that we just kind of plucked her, this is probably like off the topic, but did you guys watch her traveling vlog show?
I saw one episode, and I've seen the little clips of like her quotables throughout. Yeah, she's like, I just love women. I love to support women.
Yeah,
I love her in general.
She's a girl's girl.
She is.
That's why I like her so much. She's just so, I don't know. She's just so.
I want to be her friend.
Yeah,
I love her. Like, I love
Scorpio.
people that I want to be. Like, when I see women,
She's a Scorpio.
I love women that I see that's like, oh, I want to be your friend. Like, we would have fun.
I love those.
You know, and it could also just be like from the experience that I know that I could bring, but also just seeing that they have a different like experience of life than me.
Yeah.
And me just wanting to explore that and like just not, like just wanted to see that vibe, you know?
Yeah.
So speaking of friendships, out of all of the shows that I've named, one of the really biggest like aspects of those shows are the friend groups. And in those friend groups, I feel like through all the chaos that each of the characters went through, they always resorted back to each other.
Yes.
They found a way to just reconvene and give each other like the medicine that they needed to get through whatever it is that they needed to get through. So I want to say Sex in the City, Girlfriends, and Insecure, because Barry Mary Jane, she only had one friend. I feel like it was just that one person that she worked with.
Like girls group.
Yeah.
I feel like that was more so for independent women.
Yeah.
But for the other shows that I named, and kind of reflecting on the way that they had just those 4 characters. One person was possibly very stern, like Joan.
Yeah.
The fun girl, like Lynn.
Yeah.
And then someone that was maybe just really just
Off
trying to
the
be
wall.
a mom, or even just off the
off the
wall.
wall was Homegirl.
Maya?
No, the other one.
Tony.
Tony, yes.
You think so?
Or like Tony.
Mentally.
She got there. Nah,
She was definitely
Tony
off the wall.
wild.
She went and
Tony was
dated
wild.
Jones'
yeah.
boyfriend.
Tony was off the
And she
wall.
Tony
also
was-
dated Toe Sucking Charles.
I ain't gonna lie, I can relate to Maya too.
No, yeah,
fuck
Maya's
with
a
Maya.
good one.
Yeah.
Maya's a good one. But like there's 4 different characters
Yeah,
in each
like,
show. There's always like a
never
stern
be a
one,
Tony.
one
Like
that has
that.
a really
When
big
it's 4,
character,
yeah.
one that's like
Yeah.
very
If you think
assertive
Tony
and
was
just
in the
trying
right,
to be
it's a red flag.
and one is like free. So how can you guys relate like your own friend group, or how have, even if it hasn't, but do you feel like seeing those shows has impacted your friend group at all?
I think when I first watched the show, I didn't look to it to like relate to it necessarily. I just really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
But when I get older, I definitely can like appreciate that. And we talk about this all the time. All your friends will not be just like you.
Yeah,
like,
for
and
sure.
some of them will be on a totally different track. But at the end of the day, whether it's a breakup or just like we need to get together, there will be some common ground.
Yeah.
And we will be able to come together. And I I say men don't have this anyway. All y'all got is sports and nonsense. But like we can be vulnerable with each other about a lot of different things. And I think that our vulnerability is where we find that common ground.
Yeah.
So I definitely can say like I don't know who I am when it comes to girlfriends in that friend group. And even when I asked Gia about Insecure, they gave me like a percentage breakdown of like everybody and why I was like that. Tiffany was at the end, which was funny, but like Issa was at the top, which was because creative wise.
Yeah.
But I also only talked to Gia about like career stuff or
Yeah.
like that type of structure. So she doesn't really know me.
She don't know you for real.
Yeah.
Everyday thing, but because I was like, okay, but yeah, I think that that's a part of like womanhood is realizing that your friends and some of your good friends, you're not gonna be just like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say that sorry.
No, you're good.
I will say that like that's something that I've learned, because something that I've said this entire like last season, this season, I'm probably gonna continue to say it, is romanticizing my life. And that also includes the people that are in my life, like my friends and my family. And I think that just understanding that not everybody thinks the same as you, not everybody will react to the same situation as you. And I think that friendship is just genuinely giving every different person in your friend group grace for however they react to that situation, whether it's good or bad, And I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I think that that's something that I've taken from all of these shows because it's all different characters and they all in some way mesh well. They all in some way need each other.
Yes,
They all in some way like rely on each other,
Yeah. I agree wholeheartedly. I done said this already twice. I think this episode is like, and I said to my hairstylist, like, I accept my friends being be exactly who you are. You don't have to change to be anything like me. I love you for you. Like, I'm your friend for you. Stay in that lane and I don't judge anything. If you ever do anything, you say anything, I'm like, that's my friend. I'm gonna stick beside her because that's how she is. Because I respect people who are genuinely themselves. Like they're not like trying to sugarcoat for anybody. So that's like super important for me. But it's funny that you brought up Gia because I think I showed y'all that. Like I asked Gia, like, out of Sex in the City, who would I be like as far as characters? Because I do sometimes look at shows and I'm like, who would I be? Because sometimes I feel like I can relate to more than one person. Like, right?
Yeah.
You're not specifically.
I feel like that's how the characters are built. They're built to relate to multiple different generations.
I'm a little bit of this and I'm a little bit of that. And so, like, I asked about Sex in the City, and Gia said, you get Samantha and Carrie vibes. Like, Samantha, she's bold, unapologetic, goes after what she wants. She owns her power. That's you in business and how you don't settle. And then Carrie is fun, stylish, a little whimsical, and always telling a good story, which is like the podcast. So I'm basically like a Samantha and Carrie hybrid, which
I can see that.
I was like, oh, I can actually see that for real. But then when it comes to girlfriends, like I said, I didn't watch Harlem. And then we won't speak on Mary Jane, but I can see Joan and Maya in me all day because
definitely Maya,
she put belt to ass.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
She belt to ass. I'm a belt to ass.
Oh, hell
no. My name is Alexis belt to ass Hunt. That's my name.
And Maya's very impulsive with like the things that she would say, like her jokes, like her commentary. Like that's definitely you.
Like that's why I love her, but also I feel like Joan is the core of their friend group.
Yeah.
And I do feel like a couple of my friend groups, not that I'm the core or the main person, but it's just more so like, I feel like I am kind of like what we bring all together, right? Like from different aspects in my life. And she's like the I don't know. She's so driven. She's the glue. She's so driven. She's like her career focused, but also like she's a hopeless romantic. Like she wants to date, but she also wants to excel in her career, and she wants these things, and
she's just finding balance.
Exactly. But I'm Maya, as far as like Maya was a mom, and Maya did already do those things, and then she realized, okay, maybe this relationship might not be the best thing, but like she was still open to certain things. And the same with Joan. Joan wasn't a mom, and she was driven towards a lot of other different things that I'm also driven towards. So I feel like I can relate to both of them.
Yeah.
I do think I'm a little bit of Tony too, because Tony throw it the fuck off, and everybody got like a little
loose screw.
But I got like a
little loose screw.
I got a little glitch, a little baby glitch in me.
Is crazy.
And Lynn is just so free. I feel like I might have like a little bit of freeness, but nothing too
it ain't giving Lynn though.
Not too.
It never gave
like
Lynn.
But I feel like you said, Maya, earlier, it's not something that at the time when I watched it that I could see myself in. But now that we're older, and I told you, like, I watch it sometimes going to sleep, and I'm like, damn, that's crazy that at this age, like, now I see what the hell they talking about. Like, because when you're younger, you're just, oh, wow, 4 Black women on TV. Like, oh, they're doing this. This is so entertaining. They're funny. They're this, they're that. And it's like, but now when you're actually living in the age that they were in at the time, it is very...
It just hits different.
It do hit different. It do hit different. That and a lot of other shows I can go on and name. Now I'm like, you know what? Like, the 30s is not as bad as we thought that it was going to be. And I feel like a lot of these shows give us hope that, like, when you get older, like, it's still very, you still could figure yourself out at a certain age, and it's still very, entertaining.
Yeah, for sure. No, that's really, really good. You said how you had a different person from, like, you had a different characteristic from each of the girls from Girlfriends. And I think that genuinely, like, they built each of the characters from any of the shows, whether it's Girlfriends, Insecure, Sex and the City, Harlem. And I think that they built those characters to where those experiences can be relatable in any way, regardless of if it's just one person going through it. Like, you can relate to everybody, is what I'm trying to say.
You know what's like, I guess the newer Girlfriends and stuff is like sisters.
Like, so fucking wild, and I want if Karen ain't had that baby yet, I don't want to talk about it.
I'm not talking about like the specific life stories, in the absolute craziness of Tyler Perry. I'm talking about specifically like the personality type.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
we got
Andy,
Fatima.
I love Fatima.
I love Homegirl.
Everybody love Fatima.
What's her name? shoot.
Danny.
Danny,
I
yes.
love Danny.
Obsessed.
I
feel
love
like it's like a show,
Danny.
and then homegirl. I forgot the even girl.
I can't remember her
forgot
name, but
Sabrina.
Sabrina, yes.
So I feel like that's a good
I
show
miss
where
them.
it's like I'm not exactly one person on that show, but I
Yeah.
have like a little bit of each.
Yeah.
And, I mean, my hands down favorite is Fatima.
Yes, same.
However, I was watching the interview her and Duval did on Breakfast Club today or yesterday. And how she was saying, like, in her real life, she's not Fatima.
Yeah.
Because Fatima never poured into herself. She never cared about herself.
She always poured into everyone else.
Fatima is, and I love Fatima, but she is always willing to fight for
Immediately.
Zach's ass, and I'd be like, Fatima, it's too ghetto for you.
Yeah.
Yes.
And she's with it though. She's with it though. But did you see the crossover to where her cousin is the
Is it
whoever Eva plays in that
Queensmith.
yes, that's her cousin.
Yeah.
Did you see
Like
that
the
crossover
yeah.
episode?
Yeah.
So I guess
She
they
from
kind
the
of
so I get
they
where
kind of
she's
have to
from.
play it like
For sure. But it just be like when it come to Zach and when it come to his mess, even when it come to their tenant in the building, I'd be like, all right,
girl, the tenant is crazy.
And I haven't started watching Zatima, so when I see,
I actually love Zatima over Sisters.
it'd be like, damn, no, is y'all gonna fight for the rest of y'all life? Are y'all gonna be fighting for the rest of y'all? I don't want to see that.
The only person I can't relate to is Karen.
Yeah.
Oh my goddamn.
My thing with Sisters and Zatima is, and I want to say one of them said this. I want to say it was either DeVale or Andy, KJ Smith.
Yeah.
That said this, or it could have been Crystal Renee. But they mentioned how long one day can be.
I don't want
one day can be 3 days. I mean, one day can be
5 episodes.
You know, and I think that I'm so used to having with even TikTok can also play a part in this because we're constantly
we're so used to,
it's like
no,
1
I just
5
don't think
seconds,
that's
but
normal.
like having
but soap opera
it's
for real.
like it's literally
Karen
so
should never be
out.
pregnant for 2 seasons.
3 seasons.
It is overdragged, but I will say that Crystal did say today they filmed 20 episodes in 10 days or something like that.
Yeah, she did say that. I did remember seeing that in the episode.
Non-stop, 20 episodes in 10 days. And also they're filming Zatima, which is Zatima's technically supposed to be I think 6 months ahead of Sisters or something like that. That's why she's pregnant on one and not on other. But regardless, just personality types in general, I feel like Tyler tried to kind of, I'm not saying he tried to play on girlfriends, but in a sense, it has that.
I think that was the goal, honestly.
And I heard that he does that on purpose because he wants to give a soap opera thing.
Yeah.
Now, because I've never watched a soap opera, I don't know if the days last as long.
Yeah, they're very slow.
Yeah.
Everything's dramatic. Everything that you say is
over
very
dramatized.
Yeah,
he definitely gives that.
What's the one that he did that was a soap opera? And it was
Have and
really,
Have
really good.
Nots.
Yes. That was so good.
That
was a really good one.
Yeah,
I think that with Sisters and Zatima, I understand he wants to give off soap opera, but being on a platform like that where someone like me,
Urban
I'm looking
audience.
for
I'm
looking for the consistency, like a regular episode.
Old people like that
They
because
like that,
we put two and two together.
my parents love that Have and
we
Have
notice
Nots
we
down.
be noticing everything. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do Gia.
Let's do Gia.
We haven't seen Gia in a long time.
We haven't seen Gia this season.
We don't even know us
Gia,
no
we
more.
coming for you, Bookie Butt.
Gia, here go your seat right here, babe.
Bookie Butt is crazy.
Boogie Butt. Yeah.
So it's time for that segment
Chat GPT.
that you know that we do that
Thank
we
you.
ain't did all season. Yeah. So we asked Gia ChatGPT a question and boom. She said, how have portrayals of Black women in sitcoms evolved from the 1990s to today? She ate with that. I'm impressed, bitch. I'm impressed.
Gia, you did
I'm impressed. And what impact do those portrayals have on viewers' perceptions of Black womanhood?
Ooh.
Gia, bitch. Gia.
Oh.
I don't get impressed often by this AI shit, but you got me.
No, she did good. She did good. If I'm thinking of the one thing that comes to mind when you ask that question is like work life balance, and kind of just comparing how each character managed their
Right,
work.
please.
I'm telling her she ate with
outside.
that.
I'm screaming
and thanking her.
and just reflecting on how each character managed their work. So like if we think about Girlfriends was early 2000s. And in the early 2000s, Joan was very much so, she was a workaholic, if we're being completely honest.
Yeah, she
like
was,
she
yeah.
worked a lot. Even Tony worked a lot
Tony
too.
worked a lot too, yeah.
They worked a lot.
She's with that short
They
white
worked
man.
a lot. And I think
Todd.
that in those
Steam set up.
yes, set up by Todd.
Yeah.
In
She
those
got herself
episodes, the only person that was struggling was the person that was just trying to figure out their way.
Yeah.
Like they didn't necessarily show how women can be in a situation to where they're trying to find a job or where they're trying to pivot in a career or something like that. So that's how I can think about it evolving. Because in Girlfriends, Joan, Tony, like they were working nonstop, you know? Lynn was the only one, but she was just free
She's trying to
spirited.
figure it out,
She was just trying to figure life out. I don't even think she went to college.
No.
But
yeah.
like if you bring it back to Insecure and even in Harlem, Issa and Camille, they were constantly just trying to figure out like, what do I want to do in my career? They're in their career, but they're trying to figure out how they can make an impact.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that that's one of the things that come to my head when I'm trying to kind of understand or kind of compare the women-led sitcoms in the early 2000s, 90s to the women-led sitcoms to now.
Yeah.
It's just the difference of the portrayal of how women are in work, whether they have a really good job or whether they're still trying to pivot.
Okay, so I feel like me and my friend Shayna were just talking about how, because she's binging Being Mary Jane right now, and I didn't finish it. But I feel like there aren't a lot of differences. And we talked about this in, I think, our season ending. But just mainly that a lot of the things, specifically when we turn like 20 versus when we turn 30, like the themes don't necessarily change. Like the challenges that we face as Black women don't necessarily change. We're trying to navigate friendships. We're trying to navigate our dating life. We're trying to secure the bag. We're trying to do all of these different things. I think if anything has changed, the way that we are open-minded to the journey of where we're headed, maybe even open to changing the destination or not even hyper-focusing on the destination and just being okay with, I got my girls, I woke up today, I got a good career, and, you know, I'm going to take everything step by step. I feel like some of the shows showed a lot of extreme. Like, I feel like Mary Jane, and maybe I need to go back and watch it, but because the last image that I have is that she was inseminating herself with a turkey baster. And I know that she was stealing sperm. She was stealing sperm.
She
We
did.
don't relate to
And
that part.
it's a lot of things
I don't relate
that
to
I'll
being
be
Mary
like,
Jane at all, but
it's cool. Like, hey, blah blah blah. Yeah, girls, it's somebody's story. That shit is crazy.
desperate.
That shit is crazy. So when it comes to stuff like that, it's like, okay, but there are some women that are like, hey, I just got pregnant by this sperm and I'm gonna keep it. So even though we don't, like we were saying, even though it's not our story, it's somebody's story.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a crazy story.
Yeah.
Who are we?
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah.
I genuinely loved this episode because this is literally in my realm.
I know it is. I know what you like. I know what gets you going. I know what gets you going.
A couple episodes that I don't feel like nobody knows me, but this was a really good episode. This one filled my spirit. You do. This one filled my spirits only because this is something like this is my realm. Like
It gets you going. It gets you going.
This in romance novels, like this gets me going.
I know.
So I love this.
Is your coochie wet?
I mean, it wasn't no man talking about so wrong to be what? What the fuck?
When you read the novels, does it make your coochie wet?
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
imagine
because
how
them
it
novels though.
Yeah.
That's a different type of question. Because them novels.
Go read.
Well, I'm gonna hop on the
I
first
recommend.
This is a fuck no.
No, you have to know. You
I
have to
can't
get a
do those.
good.
Yeah.
You have to get a good one. So 7 Days in June. Great book by Tia Williams.
Yeah. I can
Not
co-sign
you,
for that one.
Can't get enough.
I can co-sign for
by
that one.
Kennedy Ryan,
I don't know about that.
Maverick, and I can't remember the female's name, but so good. I just read the other Sabi I love. So my favorite authors are Tia Williams, Kennedy Ryan, and Danielle Allen.
Mm-hmm.
And Kennedy Ryan, she has a series, and Tia Williams has a series. But I just read like a couple of weeks ago, I read Plus Size Player by, I can't remember her name, but Plus Size Player, it was
T.
phenomenal.
Okay.
She was
Okay.
flirting, wasn't she?
Phenomenal.
I know she was.
Thumping, okay? Thumping. I love a good thump.
Knock, knock.
Flirt.
Not,
She was-
not. Thank you. But this was a really good episode, and I appreciate the conversation, ladies.
Yes,
This is beautiful.
I
I'm here
agree.
for it.
We'll have
I'm
to do
here
it
for
again.
it.
Kiera?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Anytime. Just call me anytime. So thank you guys for watching The Good.
The bad.
And the 30.
Make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you guys next week.
Sure will.
Bye.